Good morning, August 1st, 2024, Clayton, no longer on the prairie, but on the river in Dubuque. And this morning, I had kind of a frustrating couple of days and just didn't feel like doing my normal modes, so I came out and started trying to tackle this tie-down solution. And I thought it through, and I think I came up with a much better method. It's right there in front of me, but the time and the coffee to think it through were lacking. You know, I hate these S hooks on typical motorcycle tie downs. And as I've, hooked onto the frame members in previous seasons, I've always gone down the road dreading that the right bump would make those disconnect. And I picked up these nice anchor blocks and created really solid fixtures for those at Harbor Freight. I highly recommend them. I've really been pleased. But here's the purpose of this post. The body work on the VFR is a spectacular piece of sculpture. And using my motorcycle sport bike handlebar tie down in the conventional manner, the strap comes out of here, runs down, and bears pretty heavily on this ABS. And I wrestled with it. How do I do it? If I ran it back along here, I go back, then I'd be pulling, the handlebars back, and all those logical, fallacies that go with that choice. Anyway, this morning it occurred to me, and again, here's my denouement, that if I take that crisscrossing strap and instead of just running it from here down to my anchor point, I run it back through the loop that so ingeniously, grabs the handlebars on these and gives you a great, compression on the suspension. If I just run it back through that, and for all I know, that's the conventional use, and somebody will post me and say, "Hey, doofus." But, for me, that was kind of an aha moment because, I spent some considerable time trying to figure out how to protect this and put foam on it. And I'm going, jeepers creepers. If I crack that, it's just days of effort to fix. But here it is. So there's my point of load and these lovely removable pieces just with a clip. They pop out of that slot and a loop. Now, years on the sailboat have taught me to make loops and knots in a way that I think is pretty handy. And the simple square knot takes me a long way, but also these simple loops, are a, that's just a box, a square knot on that one. But I make loops on the end of these straps, and then there's nothing to fail. It pulls against itself. But in this case, on this left side stand side of the motorcycle, there's no come along. There's no ratchet. I do the ratchet on the other side, pulling it up to level. And, rather than try and grab it somewhere up here where there's a seal on the suspension, I went with this very, short, stout, piece here to lock it into the front wheel chock. But, the success with this project today is right here. One ratchet, looping, pulling straight down, and basically getting, giving the angle grinder, the cutoff wheel accessory on my angle grinder, a lot of workout. I think I cut off maybe 6 of these loops just going through my boxes and throwing away worn out straps that have no business being on my equipment, etc., etc. So, and by the way, some of these very high quality, I think it was a very high quality weather cover, but I don't think the Chinese really thought through what happens to the inner panel on that when it gets hot. Kind of ruined my windscreen. So, I'll put a loop through the rear wheel and tie it through there with a longer strap that is an easy way to keep that rear end locked down. But even like this for a short trip, I think it would be adequate. So here I am, under 5 minutes. This is Clayton. Hope you get in some more riding in 2024. Put 1,000 miles on this thing last week, attending AirVenture needs fresh spark plugs, and actually put it up on the trailer as my lift, my service lift, so I could have my spark plugs at an easy height, as I can't afford a service lift. And you know, there's always a solution that's better, provided you've got stacks of money. And in my case, you know, salvaged trailer, galvanized, redid the bed at home, purchased, you know, cobbling it together from piece parts. But then I get it the way I want it. You know, 2 wheels on the roller, and just a sweet method. In any event, I'm running long. Thanks for watching.